All right, welcome everyone. We're glad you could join us today. My name is Miss Chamberlain and I work in community engagement as a specialist with WAVA. And we are also lucky to be joined today by Principal Walle with our K-5 school. Hello, Principal.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon. I don't know, whenever you watch this, good whatever you got.
We are here today. We want to share a little bit with everybody about WAVA. We want to let you get to know our school a little bit more, and then also focus on kindergarten to 5th grade. For any families out there that are looking for a place for school next year, maybe you have interest in doing virtual education, we want you to join us. And so we are here today to answer some of those questions. So you might be wondering what Washington Virtual Academy is, and maybe you've heard about it from friends. Maybe you go here currently and you're planning to re-register. Well, we are a public school and we are recognized under the OMAC school district. So it is a public school education and we serve grades kindergarten all the way up through 12th grade. There is no fee to attend. I know I get that question quite a bit, and we get that question of when you register, do you have to pay a registration fee or an admittance fee? And no, it is a free public online school. We do have programs for special education. We have ELA, high capability programs, Running Start, and a new flexible option that we introduced a few years ago. And for some of our families that come and join us and then go all the way through graduation, like right now, we are getting ready to celebrate our class of 2023. And those students graduate just like any other school. We have a big ceremony, they get their diploma, we have a prom or senior day outings to celebrate, and it is a blast for all of those students. All of our classes that we hold are online because we are a virtual school, but we have a lot of opportunity for in-person engagement and socialization and clubs, activities, plenty for your students to do.
Yeah, and I would like to, if we can go back to that one real quick,
Yeah,
I want to add a couple of things. So Miss Chamberlain is like our Vanna White. So we love having her because she always guides us where we need to go. One of the things that I wanted to add, she said we've got, so K-12, right? So we have three different schools. We've got an elementary school, middle school, and a high school. So even though they're all online, we still function the way any regular kind of brick and mortar school would go through, right? And so we do have supports for special education. I think that's a really important one to highlight. Sometimes I get asked like, well, if my student is in special education at the brick and mortar, how do you do that, right? How would they get the extra help that they need? And we have highly trained, very, certificated, all of our staff members have gone through all of their, we've got national board certified teachers. Even as a matter of fact, I think in the last Washington State report card, we have some of the longer term teachers. So some of our teachers have been here for so many years and have been teachers for so long that they're very highly capable, very well trained in all of this. So we've got a lot of that. We do have an ESL program or ELL or EL, whatever you call that. So we still have that as well. And then our high cap program, especially at K-5, is a really kind of put together program. We have a really good teacher who kind of pulls out the students and helps them enhance their learning in their grade level. And yeah, so what else? Graduation, and then everything is online. I wanted to add that. So we're all home, like Miss Chamberlain is home, I'm home, our students are home, our teachers are home. So we're in the best learning environment that we can have. And that's, I think, one of the most unique parts is we don't have a brick and mortar school. So we don't have to worry about getting ready and getting dressed and going to the bus and taking lunch and doing all that. We get to do that out of the comfort of our own home, which is kind of beautiful, right?
Yeah, I mean, I love hearing stories from families and students about maybe some of the things they're able to do because they do virtual learning. Maybe they have like a hobby they're involved with, or we have students that have competed in Olympic level sports and they're able to do things like that because they are part of a virtual program and virtual school, which is Fantastic. And then even sometimes it's just nice to be in your home and, cut out that commute and you can do your schoolwork in your pajamas. And I mean, there's definitely some benefits to it.
Yeah, I know I love it. That's one of my favorite parts.
I know. And we also do have counselors for our students. We have a really great counseling team. And I think for K-5, is it 2 counselors that we have?
Yeah, we have a little bit of everything. So one of the changes that the state, and again, we're a publicly funded school, right? So we follow all of the public laws, but we kind of get to straddle a little bit, which is nice because it's like we do follow all of the truancy laws and all of the attendance laws and all of the curriculum law. We follow all of that, but we also have a little bit of flexibility in terms of, maybe some people have to go to a doctor's appointment or different things like that. And so we have flexibility in attendance, but our counseling program is very similar. We have what you call a social emotional learning curriculum, and we deliver that in kind of a different setting as well. And everyone has access to that, not just K-5, but K-12. We have, it's called 7 Mindsets. And so if you want to look that up, we use that curriculum. And then we've got our, again, certificated staff members who are our counselors, and we offer lots of social hours and kind of lunch bunches, and Miss Chamberlain does esports, a little bit of everything.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we really do have a little bit of everything for everyone, which is great. And it is a great place to land for any students grade K-12. To find out a little bit more in-depth info, though, about our elementary school. So we have K-5, and of course, we're lucky right here with Miss Principal Walle as our principal joining us. But we thought it would be fun to dive a little deeper for all of those kinder to 5th grade students and families that might be looking for a place for school for the upcoming year. So we wanted to play a little question and answer with our principal and learn a little bit more about you and also about elementary school at WAVA. So let's see, like, how long have you been in education, actually, Miss Walle? I'm not even sure if I know that.
I don't know. So I'm looking at the calendar and I was thinking it's May, which means that we're almost done with this school year. We're wrapping up the school year. When I started, I was really excited because I said, this is my 15th year. This is my quinceañera in education, right? So this will be my 16th year in education. I started as a paraeducator, and then I worked my way up. I like to joke that I've done all of the jobs, including janitor at the school, because you become everything, right? I've been a teacher, I've been a coach, I've been a paraeducator, I've done assessment, I'm a principal now, but you kind of wear all the hats. And if you love school as much as me, then you feel like every day is super important. No matter what you're doing, you're always making a difference. So this is my 16th year.
Oh my goodness, 16 is amazing. We're gonna have to do something special on the 20th, a little
I know, right? I don't know if I'm gonna get
there. That's awesome. I love that you said you've worn all the hats, because I feel like, especially in your role right now as a principal, I mean, how amazing to have someone in that position that has worn all these different hats, so you have like knowledge and experience coming into it from different aspects. That's great.
I
How long
think it
have you
really
been
helps.
how long
Oh,
have
go
you
ahead.
been in Washington? Like, how long have you
Well, I
lived
was
there?
born in Pasco. I live in Pasco, I live in the Tri-Cities. So I was born in Washington and I never left. So I'll tell you guys how old I am, and this is going to go all over, so it's okay. I'm not worried about it, but I'm 38 years old. I just turned 38, so I've been here for 38 years.
All right, that's awesome. And so Pasco, that's actually a great example of, so, Principal Walle is in Pasco, but yet, like, if you look up Washington Virtual Academies, you would see our headquarters, our office is in Tacoma, but we are partnered with OMAC School District, which is in OMAC. So it kind of gives you this glimpse that really our program is statewide, all over. We have staff, teachers, students in all different cities across our state, from the east side of Washington all the way over to the west coast of Washington.
Yeah, I love to brag about that when people ask me about the school, because Pasco is a little bit smaller compared to like Tacoma or Seattle or Vancouver, some of our bigger Spokane cities. But a lot of people go, well, what do you do? Where are you at? Where are you located? And I just explain to them, hey, you know what? We're everywhere. We have students everywhere, in Spokane, in Tacoma, in Vancouver, in places that I've never ever heard of, right? And I say, we are everywhere. Our staff is everywhere. Our students are everywhere. And that's why I was saying I love working from home, because it feels so comfortable. This is the best place for me to learn. And yet I get to meet people every single day from different places I've never been.
Yeah, I love that too. What, I mean, maybe this touches on that a little bit, but I mean, what is your favorite part? I mean, especially you have been in so many like different roles in education throughout your career, but being a principal now, what is your favorite part of that job?
I think that you're right. As I was talking about earlier about kind of moving my way up, I feel like when I became a teacher to kind of impact students, right? I thought to myself, man, what if I have my own classroom? I can just kind of help these students and kind of change their lives, and I get to be there every day. And then as I thought about what I wanted to continue to do, I felt like if I become a principal, then I can help impact not just the kids in the one classroom, but maybe in this whole school, right? And so if I'm passionate about the students that are here under my roof, then imagine kind of on that bigger scale, right? I can help the teachers and we can help each other. And I just feel like that's my favorite part is even though I don't get to see the students every day, I still know that that's why I come to work, right? Because I want to still help make an impact through the teachers and through the staff members in, to each child. So I guess my favorite part.
Aw, well, I have to give a shout out to you because I mean, yes, like you impact the students in so many different ways and also like your staff, the wonderful team of teachers. But one just example of how Principal Walle connects with or reaches out to students that I have not seen personally done in other elementary schools is that she holds throughout the year at different times these dance party. We were calling it Wiggles with Walle in the morning. And your principal is up there on camera live doing dance workouts in the morning, sweating and having a great time. And that is just a way that she connects with students outside of the classroom and is bringing fun to them and connection. So that's pretty awesome. That's been one of my favorites.
I appreciate it. I do look like a big goofball. I think that I can, but that's the fun part about being a principal is or being in education in general. You can dress up, you can wear hats, you can have fun with kids. And so, we're not just a computer. We're not just against, especially here, we're not on another computer screen. We are people, we are human beings, and we want that need to connect. And so that's what I think we try for really hard at WAVA is to connect with students. That's our number one priority.
Yeah. And we have a fun question for you because I know, especially in our K-5 school, our kiddos love fun things. We have a school Padlet where they can share things and spirit days or favorite books they're reading, and they love different topics. So here is a fun question for you, and it is if you could only eat one thing, and that is it, the rest of your life, what would you eat?
That one is really easy. It's nachos. Everybody
Oh,
knows that. I don't care what. See, nachos are so versatile, right? You can throw anything on them and they're always so good. So I'm sorry if you don't like nachos, but that's it right there. And if you want my love language, it's nachos.
awesome. We're gonna have to do like instead of maybe a Taco Tuesday Spirit Day event, we're gonna have to do a
Mm.
I don't know, nacho week, nacho Tuesday for
We're gonna
Walle.
call it nacho average school day or something.
Ah, that's
Just
it.
all
That's
get
it.
together. Maybe on the last day of school, we'll figure that out.
That
I
would be
will figure it out. That'll be my job.
now, I mean, if a student is coming to WAVA, I know we do have many students that might be watching or families that currently are enrolled or are looking to enroll their next child or a sibling. But what about if you are brand new to WAVA and looking at this program? How could you explain maybe how class works? Like, how does the live class session work? Who is teaching? What kind of explanation just to help families get a little bit more comfortable with our program?
Yeah, and I think that there's a little bit of a misconception out there with what online school looks like, right? And I think that after the pandemic, um, there may be some people who had online schooling at a district that maybe wasn't prepared or didn't have the infrastructure, maybe didn't have the online programs. And so you almost walk away with the feeling of like, was this worth my time? Did my students learn anything? And so the difference between WAVA and I would say K-12 schools um, versus that is that we don't we have a structured program, right? We've got the curriculum set up where students can go in and do their stuff on their own, but we also have live, certificated staff members who follow a master schedule the same way at a brick and mortar, right? So you'd have a teacher that teaches English language arts. We're doing reading right now, and we're going to do that for 20 to 25, 30 minutes, right? And then at a different time, maybe on a different day, you're going to do your math. And then, hey, you know what? You need a little bit more help. Guess what? We have some small groups where you can come and get some extra help. But we do those kind of in the afternoon. So you can still take a lunch break and then come back. And that's really, really structured, especially K-5, right? So we would never expect your kindergarten student to sit for an entire day or even an hour. I mean, every grade level is a little bit different, and we understand students and we understand the need to get up and move around and wiggle. I'm very impressed with our kindergarten teachers. I watch them all year long, and man, they've got their calendar ready. They've got all their stuff set up, and then they do a wiggle break in between. I mean, it is just magical to watch. So our teachers do a fantastic job. The students are very engaged. They learn so much on a daily basis. I'm very, very impressed with how well our teachers have adapted to the changing needs of our students. It's great. It's incredible to watch.
One thing I love is that we have for new families, I mean, even if you're current and need a refresher, but especially for our new families when they join, we have a student support team and a wonderful student support administrator that puts together some like learning coach or parent and family help videos to show you how our online system works, how the live classes work, where you can find your schedule, and kind of any of the need to know helpful hints and tips that you might need to get off to a really good start with school. And so we do have a support team that is there to help with all of that if you're a new family coming in, and that's really, really great. Right now, we are promoting online for its 2nd to 5th grade. We have a summer reading program. So there's even opportunities going into the summer for if your student wanted some extra like learning time or reading time and fun, then we offer opportunities even into the summer, which I think is really great.
Yeah, I just asked my team to please share the link because we're going to do such good stuff. We have additional programs as well, right? So we've got our K-12 stuff, but sometimes we partner with third party, additional reading, kind of, I don't even know what you would call them, but any reading supports or enhancements. We have a really cool new program that we're going to add in at the elementary school at the upper grades for next year, and you'll get more information on that as time goes on. But we have all of our teachers were trained this year on what we call Phonics First, and that's a live teacher-driven, teacher-led reading intervention program. And we used it all through K-5, and we saw some amazing growth in reading this year. So I'm very excited. We're going to kind of roll that out a little bit further and a little bit deeper next year. So all of our students, it's such a well-structured program. All of our students are going to get a little bit of that next year as well. So I'm just excited for this next school year and how much, reading and growth we're going to see.
That sounds so good. That sounds great. And maybe, I mean, some special stories. I mean, I was thinking if there's any like stories about our school or WAVA that stand out to you that you wanted to share. I know there's some great experiences happening out there for like kinder to 5th grade students especially, and one that maybe families have seen already out there on Facebook if you're watching this, or media, is we have students that get to compete in a spelling bee every year, and it's growing each year. It's a Stride and K-12 hosted event. And this will be our 3rd year that we have a student. She is in 5th grade now. Her name is Ileana Gonzalez, and she is going to be going to nationals to compete at the national level. And it's just awesome to see these elementary age, but also K-12 students getting opportunity to compete in national clubs and competitions, and even getting the chance to fly somewhere and compete through our school, and we all get to cheer them on. So I know at the elementary, when you guys have been so excited to watch things like that, it's awesome. I love that part of it.
On the exposure too, I think what other place can you do this that's so easily? Again, she's home, right? So we have to remember she gets to do all this from home, from the comfort of her home. And I mean, there's just a whole bunch of other students with success stories like that. But I sit in all kinds of meetings. Sometimes they're special education meetings, sometimes they're, I'm the principal, so I always get the good stuff and the bad stuff, but the really top stuff, right? So I had a parent on Friday, just a couple days ago. She's a new family from this year, and she said, I just like your school because my son was just having a really hard time at his previous school. So we are a choice school. That means that they usually come from somewhere else, right? For whatever reason, you chose WAVA, right? It could be location, it can be, medical, it can be, again, all of these other reasons. But she said, it just wasn't a good fit wherever they were at. She said, I have not seen my child learn as much as he has this year, this entire year. And that's it. I think that that's the most important part, right? You think, what's the best thing? We can think about all these really cool stories, but if your child is just being successful and learning and feeling good and confident about themselves, to me, that's the biggest success story.
Yeah, it is for sure. I had met last week, especially with graduation being right now coming up the topic. It's coming up on June 11th, but I had the chance to spend some time with seniors at our school. And it was amazing to me that some of these kids were telling me they reached out at 12th grade here graduating to elementary teachers that they had here at WAVA in 3rd grade and 4th grade and 5th grade, and were writing to them asking if they would come to their graduation because those relationships that they had with their teachers here at WAVA back in elementary school were so meaningful to them, and they wanted them to be in the audience with their family watching their graduation. And that totally struck a chord with me of just the deep relationships and connections that students can make here with our staff and other students. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I love it. I think that's my favorite part, is just watching them grow. It's been a real pleasure for me to get to know a very unique school that I also didn't know anything about, before the pandemic. And just getting to know what a cool school, right? Like what a neat individual and unique school. This is a great place to be.
Yeah, it is. Now, maybe if you are watching this and you're wondering how can you become a part of WAVA, enrollment is open right now for the 2023 to 2024 school year, and we would love to have you apply. We have an operations team and an office team that works hard to get all of your applications through smoothly and effectively and quickly. Our first day of school for the upcoming year is August 30th. And you can apply and enroll now. So a few things you'll need there on the screen, and we'll also put links on Facebook so that you know how to get to all of this quickly. But you would need enrollment verification, proof of age, immunization forms, a new student enrollment form. We get questions about this district choice release, and if you are new to our program, you do need to get the release from your current school district that you live in, and it's a form that can get filled out quickly, and then that will help in the process. And then some questionnaires and a report card. We have the number here on the screen, so if you do need help along the way, you can also call, and our enrollment team is happy to help and answer any questions that you have. So here is a picture of a website. It is our K-12 WAVA website, and it's really easy. Across the top, you will see a button for how to enroll. You can go there and begin the enrollment process today, and as soon as you can, and we'd love to have you join us. If you are a current family and you have not re-registered yet, we make it really easy for you. You can go to your mobile app, the K-12 mobile app, the K-12 parent portal, and also there are links that have been sent out in email and also through your online school messaging. And all you have to do is click re-register. There's an option right there, and it just shows that you plan to attend again for the upcoming year. And then it allows you for some time to get your forms and documents in before our school year begins.
Yeah, and I would love it if you re-registered soon so that we can get any questions. If you're just thinking about it, you're on the fence, but click on those forms and ask your teacher if we need to set up a meeting, you have questions, please do that. Do that before the end of the school year so we have time to get those questions answered for you.
Yeah, we will definitely put links to our website where you can enroll and some of the questions and answers in the Facebook Live link. And then we also will share our WAVA bulletin board website with you. And that is a website we have that has just a little bit more in-depth information. You can find contact information for student support or counselors. You can look up information on teachers. You can find out about our club schedule and activities happening. So we'll put that in there as well. Thank you so much for joining today. And we look forward to having you and your family with us here at WAVA for the upcoming school year. And just like Principal Walle said, if you have questions, if there's things you are wondering about, please reach out. We have teachers, counselors, staff here in our office. All of us, admin, everybody is here to help and answer those questions to help so that you want to come and join us for the upcoming school year. We hope you have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to seeing you here at WAVA. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Chamberlain. Bye. Have a good one.
Bye, everybody.